Hi, Luguru21 here with something a little bit different from the norm on my channel. Normally I post some lockpicking videos, which actually I haven't even done that in a few years now, but the other day I was out doing some Christmas shopping and I was at a game store and saw this puzzle called Nutcase. I don't normally do these kinds of puzzles, but this looked really interesting to me. So they actually had a cool lineup of several of these puzzles. And for some reason I was kind of drawn to this one. I decided to buy it and try it out. It says it's level 6. I didn't actually notice that when I picked it up, so I don't know what the scale actually is on these. The one thing that kind of worried me a little bit is I saw that it had this little piece of paper inside of the box. So I actually left this in the box because I didn't know if this piece of paper had the solution or anything like that on it. It does not. So if you pick up one of these puzzles, Hanayama, I'm not sure how that's actually supposed to be pronounced, but if you pick up one of these puzzles, don't worry about the solution being inside the box. It's not. This just actually has a short description on what the puzzle is. So I kind of worked on this for a little bit, and then this morning I decided, I did manage to get this part. I think it took me about half hour, maybe? I wasn't actually timing it, so I don't know. It might have been longer, might have been shorter, I don't know. But I did get it apart, and this morning I decided to watch some videos of other people taking it apart to see, was I actually taking it apart the right way? Is there like a better solution than what I found? And I'll kind of explain what I mean by that. And one of the things that was kind of interesting is I watched a number of people take this apart, and their way of taking it apart was different from mine. I'm actually able to take it apart the way that other people were, but the way that they were taking it apart is they get the nuts lined up, and then you can partially separate this and then unscrew the nuts until you can pull the whole thing apart. And then there's another nut inside of here that's just trapped inside. That's what's making that rattling noise. However, I found the way that I found to take it apart first is considerably easier. So I'm not sure why nobody else seems to have a video showing this. So basically what it is, I'm kind of watching this through my camera. Let's not do that. It's way easier if I just look at it through here. So it's not that one. So this essentially has two ways up. So that's how I'm able to take it apart, and then you can unscrew it and put it all back together. But everybody else, the way that they were taking it apart, had everything kind of trapped together, and then they were continuing to unscrew it a little by little to get it further apart. When really you can just kind of line up the nuts and slide a whole end off of there. Now, the reason that I wanted to watch videos of other people doing it is the solution that I found. I was expecting there to be some like, ooh, if you line up these pieces exactly this way, and had there be like a real definitive visual idea of how it was supposed to come apart. To me, that's what kind of made sense. So that's why I was watching some videos on it this morning, because I'm going like, this seems like such a bizarre way to do it. But as it turns out, nobody seems to have a better idea than I do. So this has, if you look closely, splits in this nut in certain spots, or the bolt. So here, you can see that there's not a physical split. There's a line there, but not a physical split. Whereas here, there's a physical split. Over here, physical split, physical split, physical split, no split, split, no split, split. So there's two wide sections and two narrow sections, essentially. And then I'm kind of define a top and a bottom, and there's, depending on the orientation, there's 2 tops, 2 bottoms. So the way that I've figured out how to do this fairly easily is you look for the short sections, the smaller sections between the splits. So there's one short section there, one short section there. And then you see how it says here, case, C-A-S-E. The top nut says the same thing, only upside down. So just line up. So you've got the 2 short sections to the left. So you're on the line there for that short section. And then line up the E's in case. So they're on either side of that. So it's basically splitting between the S and the E. And then if you've got it right, it should split apart. If it doesn't split apart, you don't have it in the right spot. So flip it over and try it the other way. Like that. Oop. Come on. Maybe I had it the right way the first time and I just didn't have things lined up nice. Okay, let's go back to the other way. Doop, and doop. There we go. And then the nut can just fall out. And then from there, you actually don't even have to turn this, like unscrew it completely off. If you just turn it a little ways, it will just slide off like that. Then you can kind of slide it back on. Oh, it's not quite lined up right. There we go. So it is possible to accidentally cross thread this, which you don't want to do, but you'll end up hitting a lot of resistance if you accidentally cross thread it. So that's what I was running into there, is it was just cross threading a little bit. So then you can just take the nut, drop it back inside, kind of aim for the center. Slide that together and then twist the nuts and it'll all stay together. So there you go. If you see someone taking this apart and it looks fiddly and difficult, they've got it the wrong way. Have a good one.